Say hello to one of my favourite games, if not the favourite game of all time. 1995's Command and Conquer, brought to you by Westwood Studios. Rest in peace. They are now hidden away in all sorts of other offices and developers around the world by this point, I assume. This is a game, I'd go as far as to say this game is the first game I ever played a lot of, like, loved. You know, your first true love? Well, mine was Command and Conquer. GDI versus Nod. Who are you? Who is it for you? For me, Nod's great. Nod was great. I remember I always enjoyed playing as Nod, essentially because the demo of CNC was GDI, and then you always wanted to play the other faction. But right now we're gonna jump into the Global Defense Initiative, and this is mind blowing. I don't think people. I don't know. I'm a young guy as it is anyway, but I'm sure there are gamers out there that don't understand how incredible all this stuff is. Like the cutscenes, to just be seeing a dude on your computer and graphics like this, it's honestly the coolest thing you could ask for in 1995. This was, excuse me, this is obviously the Windows 95 version. The DOS version did not have this cutscene in, which I remember. Yes, this is an MS-DOS game. It is all completely mouse-driven. There's no, you don't use the arrow keys to move the map or anything. It is all in the mouse. Left clicking, no such thing. Right click is essentially cancel. It was only Age of Empires that made right clicking to move a thing you did. Now let's kind of discuss why this is mind blowing. It has music. It had its own incredible soundtrack. Graphically, there's smoke coming off this. There is all sorts. You can obviously get it faster here, and it's going to go pretty quick. The the Intel i7 version of CNC is most likely to be one of the fastest running games ever. Let's just do this. I bet you anything there are speedruns of CNC. If they're not, why aren't there? I essentially just remember this game. Oh dear, this is not good. Not a problem. It's hard to talk and play a game when the game you're playing you absolutely love. And that's that. Mission accomplished, I think. No. Are we nearly there? What's left? There'll be a dude. I think there's a dude over here. I remember pretty much every single cutscene there was to this game. Mission accomplished. Even like the cutscenes, I pretty much remember all of them. Yet again, look at that. It's a butterfly, man. No one knew what a butterfly looked in 1995. A base construction video. It's just insane. And what gets more insane is the fact that, well, as we'll see in a second, there's human beings walking on this base structure. So that there, to scale, something doesn't look quite right. And then you actually realise that this building that's being built, this construction yard here, is huge. Look at it. And these are people. Great shot. We'll return to base immediately. So that took me 6 minutes. And I didn't do very well. Great shot, Sam. Because you were really, when I was little, when I played this, you'd had to write your name in some stupid sort of way. High scores, man. You could have high scores back then. I believe this to be the worst carved map of Europe ever. Because Spain doesn't exist. Obviously, that's France, right? Like the distances are just really weird. It's all very odd. But Estonia, I'm pretty sure that Estonia. I know there's probably countries that don't even exist.
Time to bring you up to speed on nods so you know what you're dealing with.
Oh, okay. Ah, Joe Kukan, or Joe Kukan, if you want to say that. Let's repair that building. There were many cheats that people used. These engineers, don't let them die, otherwise it is game over essentially. There were a few cheats back in the day that you used to use in order to, let's say, make things and construction a lot cheaper. There was this one cheat. Essentially, if you press S, it was E. I think it was S. S was a quick key for the cell, and I think because I don't know, a construction yard, it takes longer to build things, as I remember, or it's to do with power. I can't remember my knowledge of that. There's a reason why that's taking longer than it should be. Anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? So there were cheats in which there was one cheat that, God, it's hard to pay attention. So I've got these engineers here. I could essentially go and steal something of the opponent's base. Anyway, the cheat was essentially you'd build a guard tower, which if a guard tower blew up, you'd gain 5 machine gunners, and there was the short key for cell was S, and the cancel key was an E. I think it was E or something like that. So you sat there for about 20 minutes, and all you did was oh no, that's not good. So that happening is not a good thing. In fact, I'm quite impressed that a bunch of people with rifles just blew up an entire building. This is not good. It's hard to pay attention and tell you about the history of my entire childhood all at once. There was also a story of us having a minigunner that killed everything. That was pretty awesome. I remember doing that.
Building unit ready. Building unit ready.
Oh, the music as well, obviously just amazing. In fact, just for those who appreciate it, I will put that CNC thing. I'm going to put on Just Do It. Just Do It Up. Yes, possibly my favourite of all the tracks. Frank Klepacki was the writer behind all these incredible pieces of music. We're just gonna absolutely rinse this base now. I still love the visualization of the fact that you could get, you probably can, realistically you probably can get about 20 people with machine guns to blow up an entire building. The engineers down here, as I mentioned, you know, that was kind of their first introduction, that I could go in here and capture. That's going to run my dudes over. No, it's not. Mission accomplished. Yay. Oh, God, this is a famous scene. I remember all of these. And then the APC comes in, knocks the flag down and puts GDI's flag up. And then look out, oh, look at that bend. Look at that big old spring bend. Over the camera. Like I said, this is graphic. This is beyond anything I've ever seen in my life. Even that simple 3D work right there. My efficiency very low. Leadership high though. I think I can hit escape. Yo! That's what I'm going to do. So that's Estonia conquered. We commanded and conquered it, obviously. At times it would then split. So Nod would gain possession of some territories, and you'd have to fight for them back. And sometimes it split. So the mission after this, it actually split to 2 arrows. So you had 2 alternative missions to take on. Take on Latvia here, and I'd love to show you these cutscenes, but let's just get involved. We're going to take out the SAM sites here, because as far as I remember this one, they're like, yeah, we need to get our air units in to deal with Kane, right? And it's my job to go around the map. Alternatively, you know, I could here we go. Alternatively, you know, I could go and blow their base up, which I obviously will, because I'm made for that sort of thing. The introduction of the harvester there. This is you know, this is what did it. Harvesters and everything. It was the future of everything that meant anything to me as a child. It just made communications here. You needed a radar. Got that radar. Look at that radar. Oh. So and when you played this, you were always like, oh, where's the enemy base? You know, oh, where's it gonna be? On this map, where's it gonna be? And then sometimes there was a fake base. That's what I used to call it, the fake base, or the I imagine the developers would call it a secondary base. I was always like, oh, it's a fake one. It's the fake base. Because in my head, that the AI was so clever they could, you know, wit you out. Silos there. There were civilians as well. These threw rocks, as I remember. I think if you held control, you could blow up their church, and sometimes there was stuff in the civilian houses. Obviously, never was recommended that you blew up civilian houses, but oh well, you know, I'm a terrible person. What can I say? God, can you tell that this game gets me excited? They have to remake this game at some point. It would not surprise me if they did. EA tend to like the smell of money, and this is something that would reek money. Smell of it, not. I'm sure EA are lovely people, but it just seems like a game that they could easily remake. And it's been a few years since I've actually played this as well, so I might have a massive nostalgia dump very soon. Oh god, the turrets early on, you'd be like, oh my god, I can't take the turrets out, they're gonna kill me. You'd always come across bases with like 2 barracks and not quite understand what 2 barracks did, because for you as a human player, it didn't do anything different. It was all there for visual, to make everything look pretty. And this is a game that obviously, when Windows 95 was about, obviously it blew people's minds, especially if you played the MS-DOS version and then played this version. Oh dear. No! Waiting orders. Oh no! Look at that. I don't think you could find
Unit
a rocket launcher
building.
player type.
Building.
I don't think it's physically. What I'm trying to say, I don't think it's physically possible to be a human being and fire
Building.
a rocket.
Unit ready.
I'm gonna have to take the thing. What I'm gonna have to do is cancel. Review. Put you there. Take them in. Because as I remember, the turret never did
Unit
that much damage to. Maybe it did. Well, you know. Either way, we are gonna screw that turret up, which we have done.
unit ready.
Let's take this over here. Oh no, no, there's rocket people. Can't
Building.
send them to their death.
Ready.
That'd be awful. Yeah. Sometimes grenades would essentially absolutely decimate an entire squadron of.
Building.
This is not going to end well, is it? Let's do it anyway. That harvester's going to run us all over. No. It just didn't work out. I sent them to their death. I am an awful, awful person. Let's maybe build another barracks. Then I can change the barracks to a prime. I can get a primary barracks up here. Primary building selected. Yes, and they come out there. I think they blew my Humvee up. I think they totally did, didn't they? Those bastards. I think if you built 2 buildings, the everything built a bit quicker. I mean, back in the 90s, I'd take forever doing every single mission because I'd want to capture their, basically humiliate the AI by capturing every single one of their buildings and taking it for myself. I remember there's a level later on where I think you get introduced to your advanced guard tower, and what I did back in the day was built so many guard towers. I essentially covered the map in guard towers, building them across the map so you could build anything anywhere. It was just what you did. It's just what you did. When you had a creative mind and you were as thick as me. Let's find out what there is left. Yet again, 25 men. Well, actually, I can understand with grenades, because grenades actually are explosive. But you know, 20 people shooting. Also, to what scale are these buildings? That's another mad thing that's only just occurred to me. Let's get some of this stuff over here. Or is that that's the, he's not coming. I'm going to take them out, we're going to take them over here. If they walk around Tiberium, they got ill and got like hives and stuff. Today's chlamydia, most likely. I think it is. Oh no. Right, everyone on it. Actually, you go over there. These dude here can go there. That can blow this up. Just want to check there's anything over here. Because there was always something hiding somewhere. In fact, I think there's money hidden away on some maps for you to collect credits, I should say. And they would repair stuff, and you'd be like, no, look, they've got no base. How are they repairing? It's not fair. Oh no! Okay, so there's something else somewhere else. The scream, they're all gonna die, they all burn up. It's not healthy to be going over that sort of stuff. Let's take these out. Let's get this dude to just run up here. See what's around there. Send him to his death because he's probably likely to walk through that. And that is it. Airstrike. Oh, because that was it. Because you got all the SAM sites, you were supposed to get your airstrike, and then you could blow up their base. And here we have the airstrike in this. Look at it! Amazing, This is never done before in RTSs. You'd never had anything like this. I mean, to see this beautiful base just be absolutely hammered by explosions. Look at that, beautiful. And as the lyric says, great shot, return to base immediately. There were 103 casualties, 47 to GDI. That's not great, but there are always losses in war, I'm afraid. Winner. Hopefully this will be an example of a split that you could take, because there were obviously 2 continents. Which continent do you take? And they're starting to take over Germany. No. It's split 3 ways. So you could either take Poland. Oh, I took Poland. Oh well. You couldn't make a decision, and I believe for these missions it was just you, and that was all it was. These were really hard, these ones. Anyway, I've shown enough of the game I've always loved. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to command and conquer. That's the worst thing I've ever said. Oh well.
Battle control terminated.